since 3. It's stuck in the second you walked out on me. I poured 2 cups like I always do, one for the silence and one for you. The steam stopped rising a long time ago, while I watched the street lights begin to glow. Through the window pane where you used to lean, now I'm just staring at the space between. It's just cold coffee and your ghost again, sitting in the chair where you used to bend. I take a sip of the bitter regret of all the words that I haven't said yet. The porcelain's chilled against my palm in this heavy, suffocating calm. Just a morning gone gray and a heart that won't mend, with cold coffee and your ghost again. I see you in the steam that isn't there, the way the light catches your phantom hair. I almost ask how you slept last night, before the kitchen floods with a cruel white light. There's a ring on the table where your mug should be, like a scar in the wood or a mark on me. I could pour it out, I could start the day, but that would mean washing the memory away. It's just cold coffee and your ghost again, sitting in the chair where you used to bend. I take a sip of the bitter regret of all the words that I haven't said yet. The porcelain's chill against my palm in this heavy, suffocating calm. Just a morning gone gray and a heart that won't mend, with cold coffee and your ghost again. They say it gets easier when the caffeine kicks in, but the adrenaline only makes my head spin. I'm shaking from the caffeine and the lack of sleep, and the promises that neither of us could keep. The bottom of the cup is all that's left, a dark, murky puddle of love and theft. The sun's coming up, but the room's still cold. just your ghost, and my cold coffee. I still catch myself turning down the hall to tell you something small I thought I heard, but the floorboards only creak beneath my weight, and the silence is the only living word.
Your coffee cup is right where you left it, a dried up ring of yesterday's routine.
I'm haunting our own hallways like a ghost, caught in all the spaces in between. Now it's just echoes in a house once full of the I love yous and the kitchen radio. The walls are holding breath they'll never catch, and I'm the only one who didn't go. Every shadow is a shape you used to take. Every heartbeat is a sound I have to fake. It's a hollow kind of heavy, a bitter kind of pull, living in the echoes of a house once full.
The dust is settling on the photo frames, like a winter that refuses to depart. I haven't moved
Your coat behind the door,
because moving it would finally break my heart.
I used to complain about the crowded shelves and the way you'd always leave the porch light on. Now I'd give my soul to see that yellow glow, but the light is out and everything is gone. There's too much room for breathing now, too much time for looking back. The architecture of a life we built is falling through the cracks. Yeah, it's just
The neighbors think I'm doing fine, but the driveway's empty every night. Just me and the echoes turning out the light. The house is empty now, but it's still so loud.
I watched the porcelain vase tip off the shelf. I heard the crash before it hit the floor. But when the light went out between us, I didn't hear a slamming of the door. There were no sirens in the driveway, no thunder rolling through the kitchen air. Just the quiet way you looked at me and realized that you weren't really there. They say the loudest pain is a scream in the dark, but it's the silence that leaves the deepest mark. No splintering glass, no thunderous fall, just a hollow echo against the wall. The world keeps spinning, the clock keeps time, while I'm losing everything that once was mine. I guess I should have known from the very start that fragile hearts break without a sound. I'm picking up the pieces of a life that looks exactly like it did before. The same two pillows on the unmade bed, the same old keys hanging by the door. But there's a hairline fracture in the sky, a muted color in the morning blue. It's the quietest kind of tragedy, learning how to breathe without you. They say the loudest pain is a scream in the dark, but it's the silence that leaves the deepest mark. No splintering glass, no thunderous fall, just a hollow echo against the wall. The world keeps spinning, the clock keeps time, while I'm losing everything that once was mine. I guess I should have known from the very start that fragile hearts break without a sound. If there was a noise, maybe I could fix it. If there was a roar, I could stand my ground. But how do you mend a spirit rush, no bang, just the weight of the air where your voice once sang. Can you hear it? The pieces hitting the floor. Fragile hearts, they don't make a sound anymore. The map is torn right down the center line. I've stopped pretending that your road is mine. I chased your shadow till my boots wore through, crossing every desert just to get to you. But the horizon stays a mile away, and I've run out of clever things to say. There's no distance left to run now, baby. No more ground to gain or ghost to save. I've reached the ocean where the sky turns black, and I'm too tired to keep on looking back. The finish line is just a broken heart, and this is where the letting go starts. No distance left to run, I'm standing still, because I can't climb this lonely hill. I used to think that love was in the chase, the frantic rhythm and the desperate pace. But I'm just gasping in the empty air, reaching for a hand that isn't there. My shadow's heavy and the sun is set on the only man I haven't outrun yet. I'm dropping every heavy thing I carried. The almost bends and the could have marries. My feet are bleeding, but the path is clear. The end of us is finally truly here. There's no distance left to run now, baby. No more ground to gain or ghost to save. I've reached the ocean where the sky turns black, and I'm too tired to keep on looking back. The finish line is just a broken heart, and this is where the letting go starts. No distance left to run, I'm standing still, because I can't climb this lonely hill. Lay the colors down, let the engine stall. I'm not running anymore at all. Just a quiet space, just a faded spark, distance left, just the dark, just the beautiful, quiet dark. Should we focus on a man-colored piano arrangement, or a stripped-back acoustic guitar vibe for this track? Thought I was bulletproof, iron and stone, built a fortress of silence to live in alone. I've survived the winter, the hunger, the pride. I've taken the hits with nowhere to hide, but you didn't come with a hammer or blade. You just came with a promise and a soft serenade. Now the walls are all dust and the sky's turning gray. Funny how easy a soul slides away. It wasn't the failure, the dead, or the art that tore the whole universe right out of my heart. I guess the old saying is painfully true. Only love can break your heart, and only love was you. I've walked through the fire and didn't get burned, but I'm drowning in lessons I never quite learned. A stranger can't hurt you, an enemy's kind, compared to the ghost that you're leaving behind. The sharper the kindness, the deeper the cut. I opened the door and you kicked it shut. It's the only weapon that gets past the guard, the only thing heavy that's never been hard. It whispers I'm yours while it's slipping away, leaving me here with nothing to say. Now the walls are all dust and the sky's turning gray. Funny how easy a soul slides away. It wasn't the failure, the dead, or the art that tore the whole universe right out of my heart. I guess the old saying is painfully true. Only love can break your heart, and only love was you. Not the distance, not the time, just the way your hand fit into mine. Now I'm shattered in pieces, I can't even see. Only love
Would you like to explore a different perspective for a verse, perhaps from the person leaving, to add more emotional layers?
I watched you try to shatter what we made, to leave a jagged edge, a sharpened blade. You slammed the door and threw the ring away, waiting for the porcelain to gray. But there's no sound of glass across the floor, no wreckage piling up against the door. I'm standing in the way of your goodbye, with a chest that's heavy but a spirit dry. Because some hearts simply cannot be broken. They've been through the fire, they've already spoken. They're made of the stones in the bed of a river. They take every blow that a goodbye can deliver. You can walk out the light, you can leave me unspoken, but some hearts, baby, some hearts simply cannot be broken. You're looking for a tear to track my face, a sign that I am falling out of grace. But I've been hollowed out 1,000 times before, by hands much colder, walking through that door. It's not that I don't feel the sting of gone, it's just I've learned to carry on and on. You can't break a thing that's already been mended, a story that's tough long before it has ended. It's a quiet kind of strength, a lonely kind of tough, to realize that sorry was never quite enough. You can bend me like a willow, you can bruise me like a fruit, but you'll never find the axe to sever the root. Because some hearts simply cannot be broken. They've been through the fire, they've already spoken. They're made of the stones in the bed simply cannot be broken. So go on and leave, the walls are still standing. It's a cold, hard truth, a silent landing. I'm still whole, I'm still whole, crystal clear. Some hearts just don't break. Do you wanna add a final plot twist to the lyrics? Or should we keep the ending strictly resilient and stoic? I still pick up the handset just to hear the dial tone. It's the only frequency that proves I'm all alone. I stare at your number like a map I can't erase, a digital ghost of a time and a place. I hit the green button and I hold it to my ear, waiting for the static to make you disappear. But the air starts to crackle with a hum and a hiss, like the ghost of a secret or a phantom of a kiss. It's just static echoes on a silent line, the sound of a heartbeat that's no longer mine. I'm calling out hello to the white noise and the rain, searching for a frequency to dull this kind of pain. To shine through the static echoes on a silent line. Do you remember how we talk until the sun turned gold? Before the wires got tangled and the stories got old. Now the satellites are searching for a bridge we couldn't build, and the empty space between us is all that's being filled. It's the sound of the distance, it's the sound of the no, it's the electricity of letting someone go. I'm listening to the friction of the miles and the years, while the digital snow starts to blur with my tears. Maybe if I tune it right, I'll hear your breath again, caught in the crossfire of the if and the when. But it's just interference, it's just cosmic dust. The sound of our promises turn into rust. The line is dead, but I'm still on the hook, reading into silence like a closed up book. It's just static echoes on a silent line. the static echoes on a silent line. Can you hear me? I'm still here, but the line is busy with the sound of the porch light is flickering, tired and low, like it's counting the minutes until you go. The suitcase is heavy, it's leaning by the door, collecting the shadows across the hardwood floor. You're checking your watch, but there's nowhere to be except anywhere else far away from me. So stay in the frame for a second or two. Let the moon catch the silver and gold in you. I'm memorizing the way your heartbeat slows before the engine starts and the cold wind blows. If this is the end, if we're finally through, I want the last beautiful thing I see to be you. I'll probably forget the sound of your keys, or the way that you light all your coffee with tea. The arguments fade and the anger goes quiet in the middle of his lonely, desperate ride. But I'll keep the way that your eyes hit the light, one final spark in the dead of the night. The world's gonna turn gray tomorrow, I know. The colors will bleed out and follow you home. But right here, right now, while you're still in my reach, there's a lesson in grace that only you teach. So stay if we're finally through, I want the last beautiful thing I see to be you. Just stay. Don't turn around yet. The sunset's gone, the stars are thin, but you're still the light that I'm standing in. The last beautiful thing, the only beautiful thing. Would you like me to suggest a chord progression or a specific musical tempo to match these lyrics?
The wallpaper's peeling in the corner of the room, in the exact same spot where you used to bloom. The carpet holds the pressure of your favorite heavy chair, but I'm the only one left breathing in the stale and dusty air. I find myself reaching for the light switch on the wall, expecting to see your silhouette standing in the hall, but the bulb is burnt and flickering, a dim and dying spark, leaving me to navigate the cartography of dark. I'm memorizing outlines on the side of the bed, repeating every maybe and every word we never said. The sun creeps through the shutters in long golden lines, like bars inside a prison of my own design. I see the ghost of your hand resting on the wooden rail, a memory so vivid it makes the present look so pale. I'm walking through a blueprint of a life we used to own, mapping out the borders of the kingdom of alone. And I'm just tracing shadows where you once stood tall, running my tired fingers down the cold and empty wall. The light is moving slowly, but you're nowhere to be found. Just a shape of missing pieces scattered on the ground. Every sunbeam is a heartbreak, every sunset is a scar. I'm tracing shadows of the person who hasn't anymore. If I follow the lines, will they lead me back to you? Or just to the edge of the gray and the blue? I'm chasing the dark, I'm chasing the light, trying to hold on to a ghost in the middle of the night. But shadows don't have substance and ghosts don't have a heart, and I'm just pulling all these memories apart. I'm just tracing shadows the light hits the floor, that's where you were. Where the shade meets the door, that's the blur of her. I'm just drawing lines in the dust, tracing shadows in a house full of rust. I'm walking the hall of a house made of glass, watching the ghosts of our memories pass. The kitchen is quiet, the kettle is cold, like a story we started that'll never be told. I found your old sweater tucked under the bed, still holding the words that we should have just said. Now I'm standing at the edge of the light, on the border of all of our sleepless nights. It's a hollowed out canyon, a ghost of a sky, where the promises wither and the forevers cry. I'm looking for us, but the fire's gone dry down here in the valley where the dreams go to die. There's a park bench we carved with a rusted out blade. Now it's rotting away in a heavy dark shade. The plans for the summer, the house by the sea, are just names on a list of who we used to be. Every I love you is caught in the weeds, like a garden of static and broken down seeds. They don't go to heaven, they don't turn to dust, they just sit in the silence and gather the rust. A million Sundays, all buried in emotional tension. I still walk softly past our bedroom door, like I'm afraid to wake the ghost of who we were before. The sunlight hits the floorboards in that jagged, lonesome way, tracing outlines of the furniture we hauled away. I reached for your hand in the kitchen light, but my fingers only brushed against the coming of the night. Now there's nothing but whispers left in the empty hall, tracing just the echoes of your whispers in the empty hall. I found your favorite coffee mug, the one with the children. It's sitting in the cabinet where the light is always dim. I thought about throwing it out or giving it away, but it's the only thing that stayed since you decided not to stay. The house feels 10 miles wider than it did a week ago. Every corner holds a secret that I didn't wanna know. Now there's nothing but whispers left in the empty hall, tracing just the echoes of your whispers in the empty hall. Did you leave them here on purpose? The I love yous and the nevers, small ghosts of every promise that we swore would last forever. They're hanging in the rain.
I'm still listening, but the walls don't talk back. Just the sound of my own breath and the whispers you left out on a single